Should any American or person that resides legally in America on American soil be imprisoned indefinitely without seeing a lawyer, without being able to go before a judge and plead his or her case? Should that really happen in the United States? No, I don't think it should, but it is happening. We must remember the worst criminals, from the flesh-eating Jeffrey Dahmer to Timothy McVeigh, the domestic bomber of the Oklahoma City building. They got fair trials and lawyers and all those things. But we're actually denying the right of a fair trial and see a judge to various people that are in this country. One example is Ali Al-Marri. Ali Al-Marri was a person legally residing in this country. He wasn't on a battlefield anywhere. He was getting his master's degree at a university in Peoria, Illinois, when he was all of a sudden suspected by our government agencies of the United States of being affiliated with Al-Qaeda. He was arrested. He was immediately charged with violating various federal statutes. All of a sudden, though, for some reason, the President of the United States, George Bush, intervened and labeled him an enemy combatant. He was whisked out of civilian courts. He was placed in military custody for the first 6 months, first 16 months of his imprisonment. He couldn't see a lawyer. He couldn't see his family. He never appeared before a court. Now, after 4 years, a court has finally ruled, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, one of the most conservative courts in this country, that this is illegal. The president if someone is legally residing in this country, a legal alien or an American citizen, the president cannot just simply label them an enemy combatant, and that's the key word, enemy combatant, and have them in prison indefinitely. That's now illegal. The issue really boils down to what it means to be an American and what rights the Bill of Rights protect, A, and B, do the protections of our Bill of Rights, which the founders gave us to protect us against government, do those apply to people that the president labels an enemy combatant? The Fifth Amendment to our Bill of Rights says that you cannot be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Our Sixth Amendment gives the right of persons. Again, the word persons is used is very important. It means that our protections of our Bill of Rights doesn't apply just to citizens, but to persons that are legally in this country. That persons in this country also have a right to have a jury trial, to go before a judge. The words habeas corpus in Latin mean bring the body forth. And why it's in the Constitution, it was a concern of the founders that someday our government could throw us into prison and we could never get out of there. So the writ of habeas corpus allows a lawyer to file the writ of habeas corpus with the court and have the person brought before the judge where they get a fair trial and get a lawyer. Those all apply to people like Ali Al-Marri, who are legal aliens in this country, and they apply to American citizens. All these important protections are thrown out the window if the president can just willy-nilly decide on whatever evidence is available that he can label somebody an enemy combatant. That means they have no rights whatsoever. There's some very important lessons that the Ali Al-Marri case gives us here. First is that America stands for fairness and justice. And at a minimum, people legally in this country, citizens or not, have a right to appear in a court, have a lawyer, and to be heard to see if they're really guilty. The second is, around the world, America has always stood for the rule of law. Very, very important. That's what the Statue of Liberty always stood for. People came to this country because they were going to get a fair shake. Today, with military commissions and secret detention camps, this all looks hypocritical and it sends a bad message to the world. Finally, we have to be leery of the way government reacts to so-called crises and the things we see happening today. It's always with the so-called need for safety. But if safety trumpets over liberty, it can be used as a propaganda tool to destroy our rights. And Benjamin Franklin was correct. He once said that if you desire safety over liberty, you deserve neither.